Yes, a very good afternoon to one and all. I know that because of this outbreak of this pandemic, people are feeling bored at home, but boredom can be overcome with a proper use of your books. If you don't have books at present, I suppose the school has provided you with books. They have taken up this noble initiative to provide books at doorsteps. So as far as the topic which I am going to start today, and so far as my introduction goes, I suppose you people are aware of that I take civics, social science, and I am an assistant teacher of Burdwan Model School. I am Nasreen Begum, and here I am to start with the topic democracy, which is chapter 2. Children, here when you open your book, that is Democratic Politics Part 1, when you are opening this book, you will find that there is a first chapter also. But that first chapter is not going to be included within your board syllabus. That is, you are not going to be evaluated on that particular chapter as per the instructions or the syllabus which has been set up by the board. But we cannot let the chapter go, but I have to imbue a bit of understanding that what that chapter was all about. In fact, it's very fortunate that chapter 1 and chapter 2 is more or less based on the same topic, and the topic is democracy. Many a times you have heard about this word democracy, and it's quite surprising that many people, they don't know what do you actually mean by democracy. At times what would happen, I would ask people that define democracy. They used to tell me, Miss, democracy means government for the people, by the people and of the people. But remember children, this is not the definition of democracy. This is not what we call as the meaning of democracy. These are the wonderful words used by the pioneer, that is Abraham Lincoln. So he has described democracy in his own words. That were his own words. So you cannot use them as a definition. So whenever you are using the definition of democracy or a meaning of democracy, please be very conscious that you should not use these words that democracy means government for the people, of the people or by the people. So before finally starting with that what do you mean by democracy, I want to tell you something about the origin of democracy. Origin means birth of democracy. Democracy comes from a word, demos. And what does this word means? Demos means people. That means you can very well understand that democracy has a very, very close link with the word people. And this particular word, democracy, had made its existence somewhere in the year in the Greek city-states of Athens. You have heard about this particular name of this particular city. It is a Greek city-state. It is a part of Greece, and this was the first time ever in the classical, political and philosophical culture of Greece that first the word democracy was ever used in the history of mankind. This is the origin. That means the place or the roots from where this particular word democracy has come up. Now we will discuss about what do you mean by democracy. Once again, democracy bears its origin to a word which means demos. Demos means people. So we can find a very, very intimate or a very important link between democracy and people. So this is the first place where the word democracy was used. It was around 508 to 507 BC in the Greek city-states of Athens where democracy was first used. This is actually the background history for the birth of democracy. Now we will define as to what do we mean by democracy. See, just now I told you that democracy owes its origin to a word demos, which means people. So we can understand that democracy is a form of government. Democracy, that means you have to understand that democracy is actually a form of government. It is a form of government. And it is a form of government in which sovereign, or what do you mean as supreme power lies in the hands of the people of the country. So democracy is a form of government where the sovereign power or the supreme power, sovereign means supreme, beyond which nothing can exist. So in a democratic form of government, the sovereign power or the supreme power is in the hands of the people of the country, because the word demos, as I've told you, demos is the word which is a part of democracy, and demos means people. So in a democratic form of government, we find that the sovereign power, or you can call it absolute power, absolute because no one can question it, unlimited power, supreme power, unlimited, unanswerable power of the people. Now you will ask me, Miss, I cannot see the power in my hands. Where is the power? Can I get it from a shop? Can I get it from a big multiplexes? No, my dear. In a democracy, what happens? People exercise this sovereign power in the form of this sovereign power or this supreme power which the people enjoy. They use it in the form of right to vote. Right to vote. It is during every elections, because in a democracy, remember, for every democratic country, the backbone, you know what is a backbone? Every creature, every institution, every body, they have a backbone upon which the entire institution, entire monument, entire whole body is composed of. Without a backbone, nobody can stand straight, stand erect, or can exist for a long time. So democracy is also having a backbone. It is also having a support, and that is the backbone of a democracy is elections. And it is during these elections people exercise their right to vote, and by casting their vote, what do? They choose candidates and parties, those who are going to form the government. So when I talk to you that in a democracy where the power lies, it is not that you can see that you children, you watch, like Bhim ka laddu, Bhim. It's not that I can see it's in my hand, it's a chocolate or it's a laddu or things like that. It is actually in your index finger. when you go to vote, now you are having electronic voting machines, EVM, you press the button beside the name of the party or the candidate of your own choice, and it is there where you are using your own power. Remember, every single vote is important in a democracy, because one, and in this way million votes, they help in forming a government. So it is in a democracy. Democracy is a form of government where the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. And how do the people exercise this power? By giving votes. Giving votes to whom? To the party or the candidate of their own choice. So in a democracy, the government is completely formed by the people. So it is formed by the people because the people in a democracy exercise ultimate power. But here, the whole chapter does not end. Now you have formed a government and your responsibility is over. No, my dear. Your responsibility starts as a citizen now. First of all, you have voted. You have selected the party or the candidate to whom you wanted to vote. But remember, as a citizen of a country, a responsible citizen of a country, your work is not over. Here starts that the party or the candidate to whom you have voted. Now, what you have to do? So, in a democracy, people have formed the government. Is the task of the people over? No. Another task starts. And what is the another task? The people have to keep a watch. Watch means vigilance. Watch upon the activities of the government. This is very, very important in a democracy. It's not that simply, I have voted, that particular day was a voting date, I have stood in the queue, it was very hot, I have went, I have taken my Aadhaar card, I have taken my voter ID card, I have gone, I have given my vote, and now my task is over. It is not over, my dear. It is from there that your task starts. Because now you have to keep a watch upon the activities of the government. Whichever party, whichever government, whichever candidate you have voted for. Because before voting, the parties and the candidates, they make huge promises. That let us come to power, give us votes. If we come to power, we will do this. Because all of us, we know that the greatest problem of India is unemployment, poverty, overpopulation. We will solve these problems. People come with huge, huge packages of promises. Unfortunately, most of them are not fulfilled. Why? Because we people are not conscious citizens. We have to be conscious. We have to be conscious that the party of the candidate to whom I have given my precious vote, whether they are working according to the expectations of the people and according to the promises which they have made. If they are doing that, that means I am satisfied, and in the next election after 5 years, again I will vote for that person. But if the government I have formed by giving my valuable vote is not working up to my expectations, do you feel that I should be so much stupid that I should go and vote for that person and party again? No. As a responsible citizen, this cannot be my task. This cannot be my duty. And this part is very important, because your continuous watch or vigilance upon the government will make the government conscious that the people are watching us. And we have to work according to the expectations of the people. I cannot do whatever I like. Because nowadays we have a wrong myth. What that? Oh, he has gone to the party. Now he will have huge bank accounts. Unfortunately, we have come across people doing this, which is completely against the norms of democracy. So, let the government work according to the expectations of the people. So, for working according to the expectations of the people, what we have to do? We have to keep upon the activities, we have to keep a vigilance, we have to keep a watch upon the activities of the government. So, now again to put up together what is democracy. So, in a democracy, the supreme power is in the hands of the people. The government is formed by the people. The government is constantly under watch by the people to see that whether the government is working properly or not. If it is working properly, it will again come to power, and if not, unfortunately, it can be removed by the people. And one more point to be added in a democracy is why democracy is regarded to be the best form of government in the world. It is this one. I am putting it in a star. It is only in a democracy. If you open the constitution of a democratic country, it is written very clearly and in bold letters that in a democracy, the people are given several freedoms, rights and freedoms. Why rights and freedoms? Because without rights and freedoms, remember, I cannot develop my personality. I cannot develop myself to the utmost level. For example, you see, many of you may be having this particular quality of painting. You may be having that inborn talent of being a good painter. But if you don't get that opportunity, you don't get the guidance, you don't get the material, you can never grow up to be a good artist. In the same way, you are having that particular quality of becoming a singer. But if nobody is providing you with that opportunity that you can go under the guidance of a good guru, or you're not getting that instruments by which you're not getting the time to practice, what will happen? You cannot fulfill or develop your inborn or inherent talent to the utmost level. So you cannot fulfill your dreams, because you're not getting that rights, you're not getting that opportunities. And this is the best part of a democracy, that in a democracy, people are given rights and freedoms. And we will be learning more about it. In a democratic country gives to its people certain basic or fundamental rights. And without the basic or fundamental rights, no one of us can develop ourselves to that level of which we have desired for, we have dreamt of. So once again, rewinding, what is democracy? So democracy has originated from the word demos, which means people. It is a form of government which is formed by the people by means of election. So after the government is formed, the people must have to keep a watch upon the activities of the government. And the best part of a democracy is that it gives to its people certain rights and freedoms, because without rights and freedoms, life will not be worth living. I suppose up till this much you have understood.